All right, well, you guys, welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to either watch this recording, come to this class live, or watch the recording. We're so excited to present a passion of ours, how to use essential oils for our little ones. And in light of that wonderful title, I actually have my little one with me. This is Maya. So she's going to be sitting on my lap and helping me present a little bit. So thank you guys. If I need to mute myself, I will. And I have Tammy, my co-presenter, here to support that. So just real quick, housekeeping stuff, but we want to get right into it because I know you guys want the information. But I just want to tell you guys, there is some information down at the bottom of your screen. You'll notice there's a little chat area, and you can click on that and actually type in questions. If you do have that, if you're on the phone, you don't have that option, but if you are listening from a computer, I'd love it if you guys would type in, what piqued your interest about coming to this class today. I'd love to hear, if you have any questions, like what do you want to get out of the time today. Please do put in a little note. We'd love to hear what you guys want to learn about because we can always tailor the class to your questions, which I think is really important as we go forward. So take your time to do that anytime. And
I was going to mention, if you're viewing on your phone, if you look in this direction on your phone versus like this, you get more of the options for chat, and there should be an option, I think it's on one of the sides, where you can bring it up and you can still, put your information in, or your questions, or what brought you here today, even if you're on the phone.
Awesome. Thank you, Tammy. Awesome. So, so welcome. Thank you guys for coming. At this presentation, we're going to try to keep it to about 45 minutes. We do get really passionate about this, so if we go a little bit over, don't feel bad popping off early if you've got other stuff going on, because I will send out the recording. And I do want to let you guys know, for those of you on the call today who don't, you're still learning about essential oils, and if after the presentation you're interested in getting some of these oils into your home and learning more about them, we do have we'll have an information at the end about how you can do that, how you can get started with essential oils. So we also are going to have the information about how you can claim your free roller ball for coming today. So everybody on the call, we're going to send you something tailored to your life for being here and supporting us. And yeah, so let's get started with just why we're here. So as a more importantly, as a mom, and I wasn't a mom until 5 months ago. I've actually been using essential oils for about 3 years now. And I was really a born-in skeptic. I was not really keen on essential oils. Like, what are these crazy little, drops that people are just like obsessed with? And it took me about 6 months to warm up to essential oils. But after working in my practice as a dietitian, hearing from people how the oils had helped them, I started to incorporate them into my life, and you guys, I'm blown away with how powerful they are for not only my health, but they also help keep my home less toxic. I can make my own cleaning products. I can help with my emotional health. They're just so amazing, and I'm going to get into some of the stories today, but that's why I'm here, is because I just love sharing with all of you. And I have my co-presenter, Tammy, who I'll pass the mic over to now and let her share why she's here.
Thank you. And I see we have another video participant on. I see, is it Tia, right?
Yeah.
Who's waving. I just want to let you know, if you wanted to turn off your video, you do have that option. You don't have to be on video, but you're also welcome to be there. Love, 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 love seeing you. So thanks for being here. And I accidentally fast forwarded. I got so excited. So really quick about my why is I didn't start from the beginning, with my kiddos with utilizing essential oils. I actually started using them just with myself because Beth had reached out to me, and really it was because Beth reached out to me that I was like, okay, I'll listen. I'll give it a try. And it helped me enormously with some of my own personal health issues, which I'm not going to go into today because we're talking about our kids. But then I quickly started using them, with my kiddos. And we started off just using them maybe here and there, for maybe this ailment or that ailment, but we've really moved into utilizing them as just kind of an overall wellness, and with, different support systems for our bodies, and just being able to help on a day-to-day basis. So I really am loving the use of the oils because it kind of matches with, you know, my background, my sciencey background, my brain background of being a dietitian as well, where I didn't learn anything about oils, but now I'm able to kind of use my heart combined with that brain and be able to help take care of my kids and nurture my kiddos and my family, and have stuff at my fingertips, you know, to be able to try to help, you know, soothe my kiddos when there's something going on. So for those of you who don't know me, I have 2 kiddos. They're 14 and 10. One girl and one boy. So Beth and I have quite, you know, a good difference, and we're going to be sharing today on how to use the oils with both babies and children. And so she has more experience with babies, and I have more experience with children. So we'll be sharing those stories, but of course we also want to share, you know, how to support us as moms and any family members who may be listening to this. You know, we need to take care of ourselves in order to take care of those little ones that we love. And we're also going to be talking about the safety and the effective use of essential oils, because I know we're all really curious about, you know, what's the best way to use these with our kids. And if for anyone who's interested, like Beth mentioned, we'll go over how to get started. And we're also going to touch on the CPTG designation, or the label that doTERRA uses, and that is the brand of oils that we're going to be talking about today. So we'll talk about that more. Now, in order to do that and talk about kind of all these little drops of love that we're reaching out, we're going to kind of break this apart into 4 main categories. So when Beth and I were talking and, you know, really creating this presentation for you all, we kind of thought, you know, there's 4 main categories that we look at for supporting kind of the health of our family. So the first one, I'm going to turn it over to Beth, and that is healthy gut. So she's going to talk about these briefly.
Okay, thanks, Tammy. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, we have 4 areas, and like Tammy mentioned, we are discussing a particular brand of oils called doTERRA. Many of you might be familiar with that. Through our research, both Tammy and I have found this to be the most effective and potent oil that we found on the market. So that's one reason that we're talking about it today. We love how great it is. It's used in healthcare facilities. I mean, doTERRA is making a huge name for themselves, and a positive one, because of the difference it's making in people's lives. And they've labeled a lot of their oils CPTG, which simply stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, meaning these oils are triple batch tested. I mean, they're just like crazy amount of third-party testing to ensure that what you're getting is a very pure oil with no fillers, anything that cuts the oil to make it cheaper. So you can get oils at Walmart, you can get oils at the Whole Foods market, but in many cases they're not 100% pure. Even if they're labeled that way, they can still be cut with other oils or, you know, other things that aren't supposed to be there, or that aren't an essential oil. So the first product that we want to talk to when we speak to gut health is a product called Digescent. And I mean, how many of you have had, like, you've gone out to eat and you just, like, afterwards you feel really full and icky? I mean, yes, like, you just feel kind of gross. And maybe your kids, you know, you're out and about, maybe you're traveling and they have a sore tummy. Digescent is a fantastic oil. It's a combination oil. It's not just one particular essential oil. And I have the label right here. I have the bottle, and it has ginger in it, peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel in it. So it's a fantastic digestive support that you can actually put right on the belly of your child. And if you see pictured here on the slide, there's a little roller ball. And I love this product from doTERRA because for kids, we want to dilute oils. We want to dilute the oils that are so pure and concentrated down with a carrier oil. In these little rollers that you see pictured here, we've actually have the straight oil diluted with something called fractionated coconut oil, which helps keep these oils really, really safe for topical use. So in this case, when your kiddo has, you know, some digestive issue, just a sore tummy, is kind of complaining like they're not feeling well and they're pointing to their tummy, you can have them either roll this on themselves, or if they're, you know, young enough, you can put it on their belly for them, or even a more effective place to put the oil is on their feet. So you can just roll a little bit on their feet, and surprisingly, we have just this amazing ability to absorb these oils and the molecular structures of these oils into our feet, and they hit every cell of our body within like a minute. So we have this opportunity to use the feet as another vehicle of application, which I find to be really, really awesome. We also want to share a little bit about a product. Although it's not an oil product, it is a fantastic a thing to support gut health, and that's a probiotic called PB Assist. And PB Assist is a powdered form probiotic, which is super awesome because A, it tastes amazing. So kids really, really like it. They'll ask for it. But as we have learned in research, probiotics are really good for helping maintain healthy gut flora. So by putting this little thing in your kid's lunchbox, adding it to their yogurt or their drinks, you're going to help maintain that health from the inside out and help create that good, we call it a microbiome, that's a big word, but we help create healthy bugs in the digestive system to help keep your immune system in your children really strong. I know that both Tammy and I will actually use PB Assist ourselves as mamas. It tastes good, and I don't want to take a whole bunch of pills, and as a young child, it's hard to swallow pills. So this makes a really nice vehicle for getting those probiotics into your kids. I know that Tammy, you said you have a story about Digestin and PB Assist. Can you share those with us?
I have all kinds of stories. I will say that the Digestin is also great for mamas out there who maybe have kiddos who are just starting to get onto, solid foods, or, starting to explore, more foods and be more diverse, because it can help with the digestion, of those foods. For me, I can tell you that, there was one time very, very early on in my oil use days when my son was having a little bit of an upset tummy. And I said, come here, lay down. And I'll admit, I wasn't using the convenient roller. I just used the Digestin, whole oil and some fractionated coconut oil, and put it on his tummy. And he was laying kind of on our breakfast bar stools. And he was like, wow, this stuff really works really well. And I just was like, ooh, I won one over. I won my son over. He's, going to let me do more oils with him. And I try to keep the PB Assist in my house, but honestly, it flies out off the counter as quick as I get it in, because both kids just, take it so frequently. And I have to actually ration it out so that they don't take it all the time like candy. It's a great product. Love to have that one around for sure. And then we also have some things for parents that I use on a daily basis and have started using on my husband on a very frequent basis. I actually didn't know what I was putting into these little pill boxes for him. And I just said, here, I want you to start taking these, for this week and see how you're doing. And he kept asking me, what do these do for me? What do these do for me? And I said, just take them, see how you feel, let me know. Well, he'd come home and he used to always take naps when he came home from work. And then he wasn't taking naps. And I said, well, are you feeling any different? He's like, I don't know. And I said, well, did you notice that you're not taking naps every day after work? He's like, I guess so. He really didn't kind of want to admit that. But these are some great products. I'll let Beth touch on them quick, and then we'll move over to our next area, which is gut health.
Cool, yeah. The Lifelong Vitality Pack is what you see pictured here. And it's a combination of cellular support, and then we've got essential fatty acids and essential vitamins and minerals in these three products. They're all whole food based, which makes me happy. And they actually have some essential oils in them, which is really cool. And I think that just enhances the value of them. This is a beautiful product. Now we're talking about kids, yes. And doTERRA even does have a kids chewable vitamin, but in order to be a good caregiver, we've got to take care of ourselves. And of course, we have to eat right, and we have to sleep and all these things. But using a combination vitamin like this can also help support that base energy so we feel our best. Because, I'm just learning. I have a 5-month-old, and I'm learning how important it is to have energy for this little girl. You can hear her in the background. She's here with me. I get to work from home. It's super fun. But she's here with me right now, so you can hear her. But yeah, go ahead, Tammy. Let's keep this presentation rolling.
So the next topic that we're going to talk about is immunity support. And so if you have a family, anything like my family, you're constantly on the go. Whether it's going to grocery store, whether it's going to the library, going to school, shuttling kids to practices. For me, both my kids are in competitive sports, so we are constantly traveling. We're always, between myself, my husband, my kids, we're constantly in touch with different people. And so, having that immunity support is super important to us, and not having those bugs, bring our family down is super important. So I like to have the tools on the go. So Beth started mentioning the roller ball, but I just want to mention again, you know, how convenient these are to just pull out of your purse, you know, rub maybe on your kiddos, you know, wrist, on their hands, excuse me, however, you know, works for you. Sometimes I even just, you know, will open it up and have them smell it, kind of depending on what the use is for. But I wanted to touch on two of my favorite oils for immunity support, and one of them is On Guard. I can't say enough about, you know, this blend of oils. It's a beautiful blend of oils that all are great for a kind of antimicrobial support. And doTERRA has a whole line, actually, of the On Guard products. So, you know, anywhere from laundry detergent to, you know, hand spray and things like that. But they also make it in a roller and these little beadlets that are shown here. So the roller is really convenient when we're out and about, and, you know, especially like if we've gone grocery shopping or something, I'll have them roll it on their hands and, you know, kind of clean up their hands. But it's fabulous at supporting immune health. And it can be applied just, you know, neat to the skin without any dilution, but it's kind of a hot oil. So again, we recommend diluting it. And like I said, I used to only use this really maybe I started seeing my kiddos getting sick, or if they had friends over that had a cold or something like that. But we've started using this on a more regular basis, just on the bottoms of the feet before bed at night. Especially during flu season, you know, just to kind of help provide that immune support, and in hopes that the kiddos, you know, don't get sick, or in the event that they do get sick, it's, you know, very quickly over. But my favorite way definitely is on the bottoms of the feet before bed. And the other oil that I want to mention is frankincense. So Frank is our friend in the house. We always talk about how, you know, if you don't know what oil to use, just use Frank. Just go to Frank. Because, you know, he is great for a lot of anti-inflammatory support. So if you think about any kind of illness or sickness, it's generally an inflammation of, you know, you fill in the blank. And so when you have an oil that supports the anti-inflammatory sense, that can really help. So for example, if you're out and about and your kiddo gets a bug bite and, you know, they get that little inflamed response on the skin there, you can, you know, grab your frankincense roller and just kind of, you know, roll it over that little spot where they got bit, and can be very helpful in that situation. My favorite use for frankincense with the kiddos is rolling it down their spine before bed. And part of why I love to do all of the immune support before bed is because, you know, when we're sleeping, that's when our immune system kind of reboots itself. You know, it kind of, you know, starts to drive in and rebuild cells and provide all that great immune support for our bodies. And so for putting the oils in right around that time, they can just really be utilized so well. I mean, they're good any time of day, but in terms of immunity support, I really love that time. So Beth, did you have a story about like how you've used immune support or either one of these oils with Maya?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, definitely. If On Guard is probably my favorite oil that I use on a daily basis, multiple times a day, because it has been so significantly supportive in our lives. I put On Guard. We recently went back to Kentucky to see my family that lives there, and you know, my little baby is about 3 months old, and there's a lot of germs on the airport. I mean, how many of you have traveled and you just worry about everything you touch? It's just like, oh, yes, oh, gross. On Guard is that safety guard to know that you're keeping your immune system strong so you can battle some of those environmental threats during travel. And I would put the roller, just take a little tiny bit. Now, Maya's really small, so I just do a little tiny dab of the roller ball because it's already pre-diluted on the bottoms of her feet. I'd rub it in every single day. I've also used frankincense with Maya on her feet before sleep. That's our next topic. We'll get there. But I've used both because they're both really supportive of her immune health and our health. You know, I need to stay healthy as well. I take the On Guard beadlets. I take the On Guard. We have a gel cap. I use the oil and I diffuse it, and it cleans and purifies the air. But the combination of oils and On Guard is so special, and it's so effective. I mean, there's research. You can go to PubMed, my research articles on this specific blend by doTERRA. It's pretty cool. So anyway, so I love these two oils. There's so many more for immune support, but we got to keep this presentation moving so you guys can learn some things to take with you. And can you hear that little girl? She just got over a nap. So she, right before I put Maya down for her nap this afternoon, I put a little bit of lavender on her little big toe. And the big toe, you can tell she got a great nap because she's very energetic. But her big toe is kind of connected to her brain. And so by putting oils on the big toe, it helps her kind of calm down and relax when she goes down for her nap. And these little people metabolize oil so quickly. So within, 3 hours tops, they've actually metabolized that oil. It goes through their system really quickly and provides that support. So I think the lavender is probably out of her system at this point. That's why she's so rambunctious. But lavender is fantastic for sleep support. It's good for sleep support for you, and it's good for your children. And I found that in addition, using lavender at night helps me almost like sleep train Maya to associate that smell of lavender with nap times and with bedtime. And I believe that connection is something that she's going to be able to utilize her entire life. Use lavender in the future to help her feel calm and rested. Because lavender has those calming properties anyway. They're just that association with the brain makes those connections even stronger. And I love that about lavender. It smells so nice. Another product we really like to use at night is Breathe, and that's pictured on the lower right-hand side of your screen. Breathe is another combo oil. It has a whole bunch of different essential oils in it, but it is so amazing for respiratory health. So in Maya, as her immune system builds, she's got like a little stuffy nose from time to time. This stuff is a miracle. The Breathe with the lavender, I put into the diffuser together, and throughout the night, I diffuse that, and she wakes up. I have to nurse her around like 2 o'clock in the morning, and she's breathing clear. Whereas the night previous to using Breathe, she was like all snotty, and I had to put like little drops in her nose, and it's just uncomfortable when you can't breathe at night. So Breathe is awesome. In that combination with lavender, you can't go wrong. I love to diffuse oils at night for sleep, but you can also use them topically from the little rollers, or you can even dilute down, with a straight oil that comes out of one of these jars. So a third oil that I love to mention is Serenity, and that's pictured in the center of your picture there. Serenity is actually a restful blend that has lavender in it and some other essential oils to really promote sleep and rest. It's a beautiful, sweet smell, and kids love it. Kids love the smell of Serenity. So anything that can simplify our workload and help us get better sleep is so vital to us being good caregivers. So I'm going to pass it over to Tammy and let her share a story.
Okay. Love hearing Maya. So yeah, I have a very similar story, except for like I said, my kiddos are older. My son absolutely loves lavender on his big toe before going to bed. I also sometimes put a little bit on his temples, and then I'll just kind of have him smell whatever I have, left on my hands. And it used to be, I kind of started putting these on him before bed, and then he started, if I would forget, he'd reach out to me, and he'd be like, "Mom," and the dreadful like call of like, "Mom, come back to my room," after you already tucked me in call. I'd be like, "Oh gosh, what does he want this time?" And he'd be like, "You didn't put my oils on." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so I can't really, get upset that he called me back in his room for that. So I've gotten better at, remembering most of the time to put the oils on. If I forget, he definitely reminds me still. However, he's also started to snag our diffuser that we had in our family room, and he wants it just in his bedroom. So really kind of our like nighttime routine quite often, before bed now is On Guard on the feet, frankincense on the spine, lavender on the toes, and then I'll just diffuse, whichever oil. And that kind of leads into our next topic, which is emotional support. And a lot of times I'm diffusing one of the different aromatherapies for emotional support. These oils are so important, and I love them. I didn't use those right away when I first started, and then as I started exploring those, I've just completely fell in love with them. one of my favorite oils, especially for myself, is Balance. I'm gonna, there it is. Is Balance. I like to, you know, take this and usually put it kind of on my wrist. I already did this right before the presentation. I'm also fairly sensitive to on my ears, and so I'll just take a little bit and just kind of roll it around on my ears and then smell it. And this just has such a nice, beautiful grounding blend that it helps keep me grounded when I'm handling, you know, my kiddos and dealing with, you know, maybe the talking back or the not wanting to do their chores, or, you know, all the stuff that comes fun when the kiddos get older, for sure. Because I know that I can handle more for sure, you know, or yeah, I can handle more for sure when my mood is stable. And that's true for my kiddos too. And so I want to help them, you know, with their big feelings. The one thing I also love about utilizing these oils with my kiddos is that I really kind of get to individualize the care, you know. So for what one kiddo works and they love is not quite the same as, you know, with the other kiddo. My other daughter, who's 14, is very active, and I haven't talked about how I use oils with her quite as much, but we use hers a lot to support her competitive sport that she's in, and, you know, keeping her muscles good and her ligaments and things like that, and then also for illnesses and prevention. All right, I wanted to touch base on a few of our mood support oils. And one of the first ones I want to talk about is Cheer. And this one is just absolutely one of my most favorite ones. It's an uplifting blend. It is part of the doTERRA emotional aromatherapy, like I mentioned. And this one, as you can see, I mean, they all kind of are self-telling of, you know, what they're called, but Cheer really kind of helps, you know, boost up those positive emotions. And I have so many stories for this because I have a little guy who has very big emotions in our house, and really trying to help support him through those is really important to me, and being able to offer something to him in those moments where he is really struggling with emotions. And so sometimes we utilize Cheer. Sometimes I will do that in the diffuser overnight to help, you know, with mood. For when he wakes up, he is waking up in a little bit more cheerful mood maybe than when he went to sleep. But my absolute favorite oil for him is called Peace. This is also known as the Reassuring Blend. It just kind of helps bring children that sense of peace and calmness. It helps with those really big emotions. You can put it on the bottoms of their feet. It does come in that convenient roller ball, so, you know, you don't have to be, you know, mixing any of the oils. You can also diffuse it whichever way, you know, is best for you. And I would show you a picture of the piece right now, but it actually is lost in my son's room somewhere. Thinking about maybe trying to use Motivate on him nonstop to try to get him to clean his room. But, you know, Peace is just, it's one of my favorites. So I could just keep going on and on about that, but I just want to say that I really love utilizing all of these oils as a way to really connect with my kids on an individual basis, and really just taking that time that, you know, sometimes we're so caught up in the go, 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 have to do this, have to do that, have to do this, have to do that, that, you know, taking that time to stop and listen to maybe where their needs are at and offer them an oil, or help encourage them to learn what oils can help them and support them, really just warms my heart. And I also love knowing that as the kiddos get older, that they're going to have those memories of those smells. And so for maybe for Maya, for my son, you know, when they smell that lavender as they get older, they're going to think about the times, you know, when mom or dad, I think my husband might be on this call, so I'm going to give him credit as well, you know, took the time, you know, to stop and put oils on them. And it just reminds them of a comforting time in their childhood. So just one of the most important parts about utilizing these oils, and it's really been able to kind of combine that heart and that head that I was talking about before, and really just, you know, get into a daily routine of loving your family. So anyhow, I don't want to get too emotional and keep on. So I'm going to turn over the next topic, and Beth can talk a little bit about utilizing the dilution guides.
All right, so as you guys, we had mentioned at the front end of the presentation, looks like we lost the presentation there, Tammy. I don't know.
Sorry.
It's okay. But we do want to be mindful of using undiluted oils on children and babies. Ideally, we want to dilute them down with a carrier oil. You can see if you're not on the phone and you're on a computer, you'll be able to see the screen and see what the dilutions chart looks like in front of you. But I will tell you, after this presentation, we're going to send out the recording, and I'm going to have a link to a dilution guide that you can use at home. But as you can see, you know, for an infant, for Maya, you know, an ideal dilution is 1% or less. So 1 drop in about a teaspoon of carrier oil is enough. I mean, these oils are so incredibly powerful. Their little bodies are so clean. You know, they're so much more clean than our adult toxic bodies. So they don't need very much. They just need a tiny, tiny little bit, and it makes such a huge difference. It's another reason that diffusing oils is such a practical way to use them in the home, because there's just, you know, they're drifting throughout the air, purifying the air, and they can get the benefit by breathing in the oil. So I typically, you know, I don't use oils internally for my baby, and I won't use them internally until she's much, much older. But topical use and diffusing the oils is a beautiful way to use them. You can even see there's some information about if you're pregnant or, you know, newly postpartum. They have some dosage guidelines. So I know a couple of you on here are pregnant. Congrats. And if those help you, I hope they do as you're using oils for that journey as well. So yeah, Tammy, do you have anything to add?
I do not right now. I think you covered it well. Thank you. Yeah,
so anyway, doTERRA is a very safe, natural, effective way. The oils from doTERRA are great. Hospitals use doTERRA. We love, love, love doTERRA. I can't speak to it enough. And I just want to mention, you know, there's so many oils on the market. And another big reason I've chosen to work with doTERRA is because of how awesome the awesome philanthropy that they do. They're a very conscious company and source their oils from all over the world in order to find the most potent, high quality oil that there is. And we don't have a picture of all the places that they source from, but it's incredible, you guys, just to see the amount of care and love they put into these different crops, and the work that they do with the farmers to provide homes and medical care in some areas of third world countries where the oils are produced. So I can't speak highly enough about why we use doTERRA, and that's why we're talking about it today. We know there's a lot of oils out there, and we encourage you to do your research. But using these oils is so safe and effective, and I just wanted to throw that in there. I get really passionate about that side. So we're going to move forward now, and we're going to talk about, for those of you on the call today who are interested in, wow, this piques your interest, you're like, wow, this is great. I'd love to learn more about how I can get these oils into my home. I want to take some time to go through that, and afterwards we're going to tell you how you can get your free roller ball for coming today. So actually, Tammy, I'm going to hand it over to you to discuss how you can get started with essential oils and the support that we can provide.
Yeah, thanks, Beth. And yeah, I'm so excited that I get to talk about this very exciting part of how to get started with these in your home. And so I wanted to first apologize really quick, just a little side note for anyone seeing the chat. My husband was messaging me during the chat, and I responded to his message to everybody. So he was giving me feedback on my presentation skills, and I apologize that I sent that message to everybody. Anyhow, back to our presentation. Beth and I were really kind of putting our heads together when we were doing this presentation and thinking about, what would be the best starter kit for families to get started with if you haven't started yet with doTERRA and you're interested in. And the one that we came up with is the Family Wellness Kit, because it has a little bit of everything, or it has a little bit of something for everybody. So you get your Lifelong Vitality Pack that Beth talked about, the PB Assist. You get all of the rollers that we talked about there, On Guard, Melaleuca, Digest, Zen, Breathe, Peppermint, Frankincense, Lavender. breathe, and also cheer and peace. So you get 2 of the emotional roller balls. So this is a great value. When you get started with this starter kit, you not only do you save $99 on what you would pay if you just paid individually for these, but you also get a free wholesale membership. So for a year with doTERRA, you're able to start purchasing all of the different products that they have available at wholesale prices, which are about 25% off on all of the different oils and the different things that they have. So I apologize, I'm shuffling papers here. And then is there any other benefits that you wanted to talk about, Beth, with this kit here?
Tam, you did a great job. Let's show them what else they can start with.
Okay, sounds good. The other kits that we thought might be good for you is the Home Essentials Kit. This one comes with the 15 ml bottles, so this size here. And you get all of the oils that are demonstrated here, as well as a free diffuser. So if you're thinking that you'd love to do the diffuser option and kind of get started that way, this would be a great option for you. And another option would be the Family Essentials and Beadlets kit. These have all the same oils as the previous one. The starter kit price is just $150, and I'll mention too that the little bottles of oil are 5 ml, so you get about a third or 2/3 less of oil. However, you do get the beadlets, and I have to say my family loves the beadlets. They love taking them because it's these nice little drop of On Guard or peppermint that's encased into a beadlet that's easy to swallow. My kiddos personally love to trick their friends and different family that comes over, and they tell them to bite it, and it's completely safe for them to do that. It's just most people aren't expecting the blast of cinnamon and clove and the different oils that come out of that tiny little beadlet. So those are great. And now, Beth, do you want to cover kind of the specials we're offering?
Yeah, so we're really excited. This month there's a fantastic special going on. I'm just so excited about it. But the first is if you just, you just want to get started, you want to start with like the Family Physician Kit that Tammy just ended on, we're going to give you that one there, pictured. We're going to give you a free Modern Essentials book. It's about a $16 book you can find on Amazon, but this is a must-have for anybody who's getting into essential oils. I don't care if you buy anything today, I really don't. But if you love essential oils and you're interested, you've got to have this book. It's called Modern Essentials. They actually just came out with a brand new edition. But this book is fantastic. It's a great reference guide, so you can look up oils and look up different ailments to see what oils might support that particular ailment. I suggest this to be in everybody's home who uses essential oils. We're going to give you a copy free if you join us in this oiling fun that we have together. And keep in mind, when you do get a kit, a starter kit, you also get support from us. We're going to help you along the journey. We're not just going to say, oh, here's some oils, have fun. We want to support you, teach you how to use these oils. Yeah, you get us. You get us with your oil journey. Thanks, Tammy, for flipping the slide. But even more exciting than the book, I think, is that with an order of $200 or more, which is those first 2 kits that Tammy mentioned, you're going to get not only the Modern Essentials book, but you're also going to get these 3 free oils that at retail cost over $100. Balance, Serenity, and Citrus Bliss. Totally must-haves for the house of a mom. Balance, as Tammy mentioned, I use that every day on the bottoms of my feet without question. I also have it in my little diffuser necklace. So when I just need to like refocus and rebalance, I got it right here. I also put Citrus Bliss in here with Balance to help lift my mood and keep me alert and awake. And then Serenity is great for that sleep, as we talked about earlier. So those 3 free oils, they're the big 15 mLs for free. And that offer is something that will pair with the book if you guys are interested in getting started. All right, so now for the free rollerball. Yay, we made it. So you guys are all here on the call, and we want to get you guys some oils into your home, even if you're not ready to get a starter kit. We'd love, actually, Tammy, you take it from here.
Okay, so yeah, we are very happy to get these oils into your home, however it works. So we have 5 different roller balls that we came up with that could be good for, you know, any family. I know you might be having a hard time deciding which one you want to start with, but you have 5 options. So you have Sleepy Time, Bug Bite Be Gone, Homework Helper, Immunity Blend, or the Bruise Blend. So you decide which one works best for you. If you are someone who knows me on this call or this webinar, please feel free to contact me directly, either by text or message or whichever works. If you are someone who knows Beth or someone else, you know, within our team, feel free to email her, text her, whatever method of communication you usually use, and we'll be happy to get these roller balls to you. And I think without further ado, did you want to wrap it up, Beth?
Yeah, well, I just want to let people know, you know, like Tammy said, get in touch with us. If you just have more questions too, I want to make sure that, you know, as you're navigating this journey of life in general, and you're interested in how essential oils can be part of that, you can always reach out to either one of us and just ask questions. We're not here to just, you know, sell you stuff. We really want to support you and give you information that will help support your family. So please feel free to reach out if you just have a couple questions. We work with people in 3 different ways. The first way is just helping support those of you who are interested in getting oils into your home and using them. And we want to give you the best information, how to use them effectively, how to use them safely for your family and for yourself. The second way that we work with individuals is, you know, some of you might be listening in and being like, wow, like your brain starts running and you're like, oh my gosh, Auntie Jane would love these oils for her daughter. And oh my gosh, my 2-year-old nephew would do so much better if he had Serenity in a diffuser. You start thinking about all these people who might need oils in your world. And it's so much fun because with doTERRA, when you share oils with those that you love, you can actually make a little bit of a commission on the side and help pay for your oils. So some of those listening might be interested in that. And then the third way that we work with people is for people interested in not only the health properties of the oils, getting natural solutions into your home, but also who are looking for financial solutions for the home, trying to pay the bills and not work endless hours to do so, and want to look for a different revenue stream. We can share with you how to do that with doTERRA, how to build some. See, Maya's very excited about that. And I have to say, it is such a joy that I get to stay home with this little girl. I can't have planned it better. I only have to go into a real job 1 day a week, and the rest of it I get to work from home and take care of my sweet daughter. And so if you're interested in just getting oils into your home, that's what we're here to support you with, to answer your questions, to be there for you. And of course we have other things we can do, but really we're just so glad that you took some time out of your evening, that you came, that you listened, and we really hope that you got something from the presentation today. And maybe you're already oiling, maybe you're already using oils, and maybe you're using a different company, and that's fine. We're just glad you came today, and we want you to know that we're here for you as a resource. If you have any questions, please do follow up. You can chat in the chat box right now. I'm going to end the recording here in just a minute.
I have one more thing. I was raising my hand, Beth.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy.
My most, my last favorite thing that I love about oils is the piece of getting to connect with other people, really. And so, in whichever level it is, I mean, getting to talk to any one of you, just on a more regular basis. We have the excuse of oils to stay connected in life, and I just really love that piece too. So I think we can end it with that. And I know there's a few people that had some chat questions privately, and I just want to let you know I will get back to you privately on that. I was actually having a hard time typing and paying attention at the same time. I probably needed to use more of my focus blend, but we'll definitely get back with you on your questions.
All right, well, thank you guys. We're ending the recording here, but we'll stay on to answer questions if you prefer that direction. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.